Okay, so we were just chatting about Say So and Savage.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a record-breaking week
Mm-hmm.
on
Can you
the
play some
Billboard.
background music or something? No, is that too hard?
No,
Okay.
no, we're just gonna talk.
Fuck it. Okay.
Yeah, it was a record-breaking week because we have four female artists in the top two positions of Billboard. You have Nicki Minaj, you have Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, and Beyonce.
That's right.
All two different songs. It's Say So and Savage, and yeah, we were just chatting about how Savage is probably deserving of that first place.
Yeah, I think so too. I think when Beyonce came in on the Savage song with her verse, it sounded way better than Nicki Minaj verse and Say So. That's just our personal opinion, but
Mm.
YouTube says the same way too. I mean, Savage has 16 million views and Say So only has 7. So
You know, like when you deal with Say So originally, I like Say
yeah,
So just Doja Cat,
yeah,
but
yeah.
this remix with Nicki Minaj, I don't know. I mean, it's a real remix. It changes the
Yeah,
entire
it
beat.
changes the beat to the song, but at the same time, I don't know, it takes off from the originally of the song.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand the new point of view and the new perspective, but it just doesn't fit as well because the song originally feels like that funky disco era type of vibe, and then Nicki Minaj comes and brings trap to it.
Yeah,
And
it
you know what
just
I'm
becomes
saying?
like this
It's
rap
just
song.
yeah, it's a rap trap song with disco and funk. It's like all over the place. If she would have just like taken a step back, maybe rap slower or say a couple of verses like in a more melody type of way, I think it would have sounded way better.
So
Or maybe have her verse in the second part instead of the beginning.
I have a feeling though Say So is only number one because what Doja Cat had promised everybody online.
Maybe, yeah, maybe,
And she was all over Instagram yesterday going live, and she was
yeah.
like, you got played." Yeah, people
Well,
didn't like her very much. I don't know if how that's gonna go over with your fan base because you shouldn't be lying to your fan base as an artist, right?
we'll see what happens. I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be a race between who's gonna be more popular, either Nicki Minaj or Beyonce, because the two songs bumped up to the first two positions after Nicki Minaj and Beyonce went into each track. So it kind of shows the power of the two of them, they're following the presence in the game. But at the same time, it's gonna be interesting now in the next week or in the next couple of weeks to see who's gonna take the leadership now, if Beyonce or Nicki Minaj, because it'll depend to the two of them now, right?
It'd be really cool if this went on for like 9 to 10 weeks and then took
Yeah.
Lizzo off as the lead
Yeah,
rapper, right?
that'll be interesting if that does happen. So
Replace it with a real rapper, not just someone who's a flute player.
yeah, I mean,
We love Lizzo. I'm just teasing. Anyway,
that could happen if nobody else drops a new song. I think was it Drake? Yeah, Drake has like a new album out, doesn't he?
he does. Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, if any of his songs don't pick up, then they might be okay. But you never know. It's Drake too,
I
right?
don't think this album was marketed like the a lot of his. It was more like when Drake drops an album and it doesn't go great, that's the album you got to
That's
listen
the
to, man.
album. Yeah.
Yeah. He did that with Nothing Was the Same,
Mhm.
and he also did that with If You're Reading This. Both of those had a similar campaign
Yeah.
for marketing, and both of those did really well, but they just didn't get as high. I mean, Nothing Is the Same. I think it's still on the 200, or Nothing Was the Same.
By Drake.
Yeah, I think it's still on the 200 from like 2015.
Okay, let me see.
It was off for a little bit, and then it come on. Mm, would have been a year and a half ago, and because it's such a down album, people were just seeing if everyone else was okay.
Oh, that's the name of the album. Not the name of
Nothing
the.
was the same. Yeah.
Is the name of the album?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look it up in the top 200 later for the album, but we'll figure it out. What was it called? Nice and what's the same?
Nothing was the same. Yeah. There you go.
Top 200 albums. We'll see what happens here.
It might only tell you what it peaked. Is it gonna? Oh, you're going right to Billboard. Look at that. This guy, professional.
Um, we'll have to do some digging into it, but the last article that was reading about it on September 4th of last year, the title of it was Drake has now two albums with over 300 weeks on the Billboard 200 charts.
That was released September 4th, 2019,
So which two
on
albums are
Complex.
that? We will have to read here. Um, but yeah, I don't want to bore you guys about it. The article is there if you guys want to do some digging on your own. You can see exactly which two albums of Drake's we're talking about. It could be one of the ones that we're mentioning. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool that an artist like that is so popular too, especially for his singles. I think he's number one for the most released singles, hitting the top 40 right now or the top 100 of the last decade.
It's just insane, man.
And then, if you guys didn't check it out in the beginning of the decade, Mariah Carey, she was the one artist that had at least one song on the Billboard Top 100 for 19, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, and 2020s.
So all the decades that she's
Yeah,
been doing
pretty
music.
much.
Yeah.
I think she's probably gonna come back in December of this year when freaking all her Christmas songs come out. So yeah, that's that. She doesn't really have to work anymore in her life.
Oh, it's Nick Cannon's just got it made, man.
Yeah, no, he's a lucky bastard, man. He better enjoy that cougar there.
You don't have to be good at rap. You just have to be good at wooing Mariah Carey.
Exactly, man. Anybody half her age could do that, right?
So did Jay-Z do the same with Beyonce?
They're not that far off. I think they're only like 10 years apart.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'll look it up exactly and tell you. I looked it up a while ago, but of course I don't remember that because it'll be creepy. Let's see now. Jay-Z, he is 50 years old right now, and I think Beyonce is close to 50. I mean to 40, if she's not yet. But let's see. If she would have been 40, would have been a bit fuss about it. But, and he hasn't been that I can remember. 38 years old. So
Oh, man. She's 38 years old?
Yep.
Jay-Z makes her old, dude.
yeah, no, Jay-Z looks old as fuck ever since he was 35. Honestly.
Dude, I thought she was like getting to her 52, 53
Nope.
by now. You know, just lucky good looking lady, but no,
Yeah.
she's just younger. Okay.
And
gotcha.
then if you go to the other two couple that you wanted to see, what's the name of the other guy? Nick.
Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey. Yeah.
So Nick. Mariah Carey, she 50 years old.
Oh,
so
man.
same as Jay-Z. Still looks fine as fuck. A little
Way better looking than Beyonce.
be chubbier, but whatever,
Come
you
at me
know.
about it. Dare ya.
Mr. Nick, fuck, same as Beyonce, 39 years old. Actually, I'd be older, so that's a couple that works as well. All right, so sorry for the diss, guys. Yeah, you guys make a beautiful couple. Much respect, much love.
That's funny. That's
Yep.
good.
So the more you know.
Alrighty. So what was sitting at third?
On the Hot 100?
Yeah. Is there anything in?
Um,
It's just Blinding Lights.
Yeah, just Blinding Lights, The Weeknd with his 80s album.
And then we're just back to normal.
And then,
stuff.
yeah, the same order that was before, Tuesday Sly and The Box. And then that's the top 5. Dua Lipa still on the top 10. And then Drake's new song, Circles, never gonna go off there, I guess.
I really like how Dua Lipa is still sitting on the Billboard because
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
Start Now has been out long enough that it could have fallen off. And
No, but the problem is her song works with any generation pretty much, right? So it can be played anywhere.
right, and so she does Physical.
Mm-hmm.
Physical didn't gain any traction. She did almost like 2 releases with that song,
Yeah, she did the original release and then the workout video release.
and both of them not very popular. The workout one was better.
Yeah, the workout one was better, especially now with the quarantine thing happening a month and a bit ago. That was pretty popular
Yeah.
for that.
Then it was something you could
Work out to
understand.
at home at least, yeah.
But I think she's on this fine line, and I think she's been on this fine line for a little while. That she could be either the biggest artist out there, or she could be gone within a year.
No, I
You
don't
know?
think she'll be gone, but
I don't think she'll be gone. You're right, but I do think she has a possibility where she could get to that Beyonce status or that Drake status if she really pushed for it, right?
yeah, I think that might take her a little bit more work for that, a little bit maybe another album we
I
work on.
understand she's not American. It's a lot harder to win over an entire other country. I get that, but
She definitely would have raised for fame more this year, I think, if it wasn't for the pandemic, because on her hometown, her dad hosts a festival on her name pretty much every year now, right?
yeah, we talked about that in one of our radio shows.
Yeah. So
early on.
that probably would have helped her a lot through this year, especially with her new album, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is a lot of considerations that makes a lot of artists not
Yeah, they do
progress
that.
more in life now because
Ooh, what's that festival for though? It's
I forgot
I
the name of the
think
festival.
it's children's something. I think
Yeah.
it's done for foundation. If you guys ever want to check out a festival and you want to fly out somewhere, go check out the Dua Lipa one because it's for a good cause
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty cool.
and it'd be unique, right? But
Yeah, independent. But yeah, no, just because things like that maybe does. I mean, it's a different game nowadays for any artist, right? Like everything is a lot of online based, and then you just gotta keep building your audience like that, or keep working to your audience like that. Like I mean, I think the one that is doing the best out of it, out of all of us, is Tory Lanez because
man,
he's just making it right. Like he's on the talks with YouTube to try to make his show there, and then he's always have had his shows on Instagram, and they've been pretty popular. So I think a lot of things are gonna move that way too nowadays. Like we're gonna have our live shows, and then we're gonna have like these online presence more from artists just because of what's happening.
more than just a Fortnite party,
Hmm.
right? It'll be
Yeah, so I think it's been a awakening for a lot of artists that you always need to have a presence online just in case you need to be in quarantine again, and then you can't work outside your house anymore, right?
like a lot of these artists, like Tory Lanez, are gonna get this lesson of if you don't have to leave your house to make money, that's the best way.
Yeah, yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, another guy, just to point out, another group that is being taking a huge advantage of that is being Diplo and Dylan Francis, right?
Yeah,
Diplo more in particular because through the whole through all this time he's just been streaming out of his living room. Like he just got an article on the New York Times yesterday or the day before about it, and yeah, he's doing great. Just screening everything and being creative, and he's been on the market now. Well, he's been on the game for I think 15 or 20 years, so he has a bunch of records that he can play and make money off. They are colored song, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see all that. Yeah,
that would be awesome as a DJ to not have to move your equipment,
right,
have all your records right there to play
right.
for the whole world. Oh my.
It's like
All this stuff that you could never take to a show, you could finally play.
well, I mean, it's not like he has to pack up his stuff from the living room and go to a show anyways. He just
He
goes there and
probably,
everything. Yeah, everything is set up. It's not like he's not a
I
starting
get
DJ
that.
like we are.
You know what? That's probably the best part, though. I mean, if you just show up to shows, I mean, you'd just be good at DJing.
Yeah, I mean, when once you can make it enough to have a big of a team that you can just pay somebody $50 or $100 out of your cut, and he sets up everything, then that's all you gotta do. I mean, our friend from Calgary, that's what he used to do all the time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's only a matter to get those better gigs, guys. Hang in there.
Okay, so let's just transition for the last couple minutes here towards us. We wanted to say like a lot like the Dylan Francis and a lot like the Diplo one. We're
Yeah.
doing the green screen as well,
Yeah.
and
We've been experimenting with that a lot, yeah.
it is hilarious. If you guys ever wanted to
Hmm.
draw and get yourself in a room, get yourself a green screen. It is the funniest thing you can do. Tonight we're gonna be doing something. It's Taco Tuesday,
Yeah,
so
so probably gonna have it like Latin incline, right?
mhm.
So if you guys wanna check us out, go to fauxing.com/stream. And then we'll be streaming to three platforms that we're working with so far: Twitch, YouTube, and Mixcloud.
And what you're gonna need is definitely bring some alcohol, tacos, anything Mexican themed. Join us in that party.
Yeah,
And when you see a taco, we're gonna be doing a drinking game.
that's right.
Anytime you see tacos,
On the
you
screen.
take a drink.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's a lot of
And
fun. So get your friends involved in it, and
and if you guys wanna
do a
interact,
watch party.
yeah, and if you guys wanna interact with us, you can do so through the chat on Mixcloud. No, sorry, Twitch or YouTube. You can interact with us there.
Yeah, it's
Leave a comment, interact, check us out for a couple of minutes, or say, "Hey, I like your stuff," and then go away, check out somebody else.
and if it just gets stuck on your YouTube, on your TV in your living room, and you just end up zoning out to it, then
Yeah,
that's what you do, and that is what it's meant for. Is something that you can just enjoy.
exactly. So the new goal now that we've kind of organized ourselves a little bit better, we're planning to do things on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday, and Saturdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, keeping it not like super party, but like more in the lower key as in comparison to Friday and Saturday, where we try to go harder with music and get you guys partying more. So yeah, pretty cool experience. If you guys want to keep that schedule in mind and check us out if we go and keep moving forward. For the morning things, we're trying to do them on the mornings of when we have something to do at nighttime, and then any other morning that we are not feeling lazy or we have the time, we'll come up and talk, and yeah.
So, thank you for joining us for our early morning show with DJ Crazy J and
Yo,
myself, Potboy.
this is
Uh,
it.
this is the time to finish your coffee. This is what you call the last call for our Taco
Last call
Tuesday.
for alcohol.
We'll see you guys for Taco Tuesday tonight. Adios.
Thank you very much, guys.